Somalia now makes 8 the number of partner states in the East African community after it was inducted during the 23rd Ordinary Summit of the Heads of State held in Arusha. The welcoming of Somalia into the bloc helps the EAC accelerate its expansion plans that could see it recruit Djibouti, Eritrea, Ethiopia, and possibly Sudan. Victoria Rubadiri with more.
The moment that solidified Somalia's place in the East African community. President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud making his way to the high table during the 23rd Ordinary Summit of the Heads of State held in Arusha.
Our journey to this day has been one of resilience, perseverance, and enduring belief in the power of regional unity and cooperation. As Somalia joins the East African community, we are not merely entering a regional bloc, but we are joining a family of nations.
We now have an extra 15 million people, or thereabout, who will become members of this great family. As I congratulate Somalia, let me congratulate the other 7 members of this great organization. The East African community today is the most integrated, the most progressive economic community in our continent.
Tumefurahi pia kwa Mheshimiwa Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, Rais wa Jamhuri ya Somalia, ameweza kujumuika nasi leo katika mkutano huu. Somalia ni mbia wetu muhimu na tutaendelea kushirikiana nao.
But if you say you want prosperity, the question is, where will the prosperity come from? According to what we have seen, prosperity cannot come from aid from foreigners, cannot come from handouts from government. It comes from a family or a company or an individual producing a good or a service and selling it. You produce a good or a service and somebody buys it. If more people buy from you, then you become prosperous. Therefore, you cannot talk of prosperity in Africa without talking of market integration.
This time, Somalia was successful in its bid to join the bloc after a failed attempt in 2012. Back then, internal conflict with militant group Al-Shabaab and an unstable legal and political environment were the main reasons it was barred from joining. Somalia's inclusion in the EAC brings over 3,000 kilometers of coastline, the longest in mainland Africa, into the bloc that partner states see as a huge boost to trade to the Middle East and beyond. The induction of Somalia was one of 3 key issues on the table, including the East African Regional Force mandate in the Democratic Republic of Congo.
The summit considered the progress report of the EAC-led process on restoration of peace and security in Eastern DRC from the facilitator and the force commander of the regional force. One, noted the DRC will not extend the mandate of the EAC regional force beyond 8 December 2023, but directed that the CDFs of EAC and the SADC and DRC to meet before 8 December 2023.
The regional bloc established the peacekeeping force to create a buffer between the government forces and M23 rebel group in the east of DRC.
In the DRC, we are having and we are facing a war in the east of the country, and the meeting here was to find a way to come out of this war, because we have more than 2.4 million people displaced.
The third item on the agenda was South Sudan to assume chairmanship of the bloc, which was approved. This was despite South Sudan being a chronic defaulter of the EAC membership fees, which had accumulated to over $30 million by December last year.
The government immediately disbursed the remaining balance of $15 million. From now onwards, South Sudan commits to commits to remit its required annual contribution on timely basis.
The EAC was established in 2000 to encourage trade among member states. As of 2022, it has managed to grow the total EAC trade to $78.75 billion. Victoria Rubadiri, Citizen TV.